Hi, my name is Joseph Davey, and my sales presentation is going to be why your business should go green. I chose this topic because going green is near and dear to my heart. I'm a firm believer in recycling, reserving energy, helping the environment in any way I can. So I would like to kind of demonstrate and describe a couple reasons why I think your business should go green and kind of follow the trend that's going on in the business world today. So there are many reasons why your business should consider making a commitment to sustainable practices and principles. Having an eco-consultant conduct a green business makeover is taking the steps to become Green Business Certified and continually integrating sustainable practices into your business operations, giving you an opportunity to evaluate your processes, restructure your economic systems, reevaluate your corporate practices and policies, and redesign your marketing efforts. You know, if we decide to go green as a company, we are going to be able to market that, and the general public are going to appreciate that our business has decided to kind of follow that business trend to help the environment and reserve our energy. One thing I want to kind of talk about is reducing operating expense and waste. That's the end-all be-all. Every business is going to try to save money. This operation, as far as going green, is going to have a little startup cost, depending on what you decide to do, but in the long run it's going to for sure save the business money. So one thing you can do is have a sustainable waste management program. It's more than recycling. It entails an assessment, goal setting, staff education, purchases, as well as recycling and waste disposal. Consider setting up a waste management team to focus on one area at a time and see the process all the way to the end. So this system going green isn't just a matter of going to buy light bulbs and putting extra caulk on the windows. It's developing a plan, it's developing a team, and follow through with that plan that you have to ensure that the fruits of your labor are going to be worth it. So going green, contrary to what you might think, does not require a lot of money. It doesn't require that thousands of dollars in resources. Going green means that you are taking steps to reduce, reuse, and recycle the goods and services that you use on a daily basis. The best part is that you're saving money in the process. So there's nothing better than helping the environment and saving money at the same time. So another thing you can do is something I want to talk about is called phantom loads. You want to try to eliminate these phantom loads in your place of business in the liquor store. You know, a phantom load is something such as when an appliance, such as a TV, computer, microwave, goes in its standby mode, it is still drawing power into your store, thus making your electricity bill go up, even though you might not even be using the piece of electronic equipment. These power draws are known as phantom loads and increase your power bill without you getting the maximum use for your dollar. Something you can do to help this phantom or eliminate the phantom loads is to use the standby power. As far as your electronic equipment, the standby power can actually account for 10% of your total electricity bill. That's a pretty astronomical amount, knowing that 10% of your bill can be used up without you ever getting to use the resources that you're paying for. The average restaurant has about 20. The average liquor store has about 20 different power suckers at any given time, depending on your security system, your cash register, your computer, whatever else, the microwave in the break room, whatever else your liquor store might have. There are several things that we can walk through and kind of determine what is going to be considered a phantom load. The most efficient way to degrease the phantom loads is completely unplug any electronic equipment when they're not in use. Most of them require only a few moments to warm up, and once more, you're soon ready to go. We should ask ourselves, when we do our walkthrough at Crown Liquors, what kind of phantom loads are being drawn in? Let's try to seek those out and eliminate them. Simple as that. Number one The most cost-effective way is to let's unplug those appliances when we're not using them. Doesn't cost us a thing. Another thing you can do is replace your bulbs with the compact fluorescent. We call those CFLs. The compact fluorescent use less power than traditional incandescent bulbs, such as these standard bulbs. Sorry, the box is not open. So this is going to be a light bulb that I would strongly consider us going to instead of the oldie but goodie light bulb. This can save you a ton of money in the long run using these light bulbs instead of the old classical light bulbs that we are used to using. You know, it can be extremely expensive if you're replacing everything at once. What I recommend is doing kind of, you know, as our old light bulbs kind of burn out, let's replace them as we go so we don't have that astronomical high startup cost. The compact fluorescent light bulbs use 50% to 80% less energy than the incandescent light bulbs, and they actually last 10 times longer. So yes, they cost a little more, but your electricity bill is going to be lower, and not only that, they're going to last 10 times longer. That's a pretty superior product if you ask me. They actually, compact fluorescent light bulbs can last an average of 5 to 10 years, believe it or not, if they're used properly. A couple other things I kind of want to talk about as far as, you know, cost and what can help us as a business grow and going green. You know, something called an energy audit. An energy audit could cost anywhere from, say, nothing if we do it ourselves, so maybe we can hire an outside sourcing company, and it costs something around the lines of $500 or so, which is a little bit of money for sure, but it definitely, once again, will save in the long run. I've estimated that if we do an energy audit, which I'll get into kind of what that is, we can save a total of $440 a year to all the way up to $1,100 a year. And if you ask me, that's a pretty good investment. Projected savings generated by audit recommend improvements to average places of business up to 3,000 square feet with annual energy bills of approximately $2,200. Many localities offer free audits to identify energy saving repairs. So, you know, before we would even try to source out an outside company, I would like to call our local power company and see if they might be able to come in and give us a free quote and maybe help us for no money at all. Another thing we can do is duct sealing. Based on professionally inspected repairs and insulated ductwork, most heating and cooling equipment contractors repair ductwork. If you make sure that your ducts are sealed properly, the cost is a little high. You could actually get all the way up to, say, $1,000 to $1,500 having a company come out and seal all the ducts. And I projected that the annual savings for our business could be all the way up to $250 a year. So that's not the greatest investment, but once again, we're not just doing this for money, we're doing this to help the environment as well. Something that I highly recommend as well is that we possibly invest in new windows, new storm windows. The cost of new storm windows for this establishment, for our liquor store, I got a quote, I'm guesstimating it's going to be somewhere between $2,500 and $4,700, but the annual savings just on that alone could be all the way up to $700. It's real important not to have that draft coming in and out. We want to keep the hot or the warm air in, the cold air out in the winter, and vice versa. In the summer, we want to keep the cold air in, the warm air out. So storm windows can really help out in the long run. I'm guesstimating that we can get our money back in savings on our electricity bill alone in approximately 4 to 7 years alone. So if we get, say, 10 years on new windows, we can double our money in savings just by that alone. Something else we can do is a tankless water heater. A cost of the tankless water heater is going to be approximately about $1,500. Projected the annual savings be approximately $175 a year. The payback, we can get our return on investment a little longer than the others, approximately about 8.5 years. But then again, if we get 15 to 20 years out of our water heater, once again, we're going to kind of double our money on that investment. So definitely, I think that's something we should consider. Something like